Hey grade 7, it's Mr. Butler again. Now, in our last two videos in this series, we're going to look at the process of conversion. So in this first short video, we're going to look at converting between direct speech and indirect speech. So let's go to the bottom of what we've been writing about for direct speech and let's create a simple example. Okay. Now for this, let's imagine we have two characters sat at a table eating a meal together. Okay, so we have a fresh paragraph and we start with quotation marks and we say, our character says, please can I have some gravy on my mashed potatoes? Okay, question mark, speech mark, asked Jake. Okay, next paragraph. Okay, you can replied Jean, but I'm afraid it's gone cold already. Full stop, speech marks. So, very simple example of some direct speech, and it follows the rules that we've set out. They start with a capital letter, the first word spoken, always has a capital. The words are enclosed within inverted commas. In fact, I've made a mistake there. At the bottom here, I've done double. I should have had a single. Okay, now it doesn't actually matter whether you use double or single, but they should match at each end of the speech. So if you start with a single, you should end with a single. If you start with a double, you should end with a double. Okay, it's very confusing if they don't match up top and tail. Now, we also need to change. When we change speaker, we need a new paragraph, and that's what we saw. We changed speaker here between Jake and Jean, and we had a fresh paragraph with an indent. Okay, and we've also been careful with our commas, full stops, question marks, or exclamation marks to have the correct piece of punctuation in the right place, depending on the dialogue tag. Now, the dialogue tag is this. Okay, the dialogue tag is the bit outside of speech that gives us a bit of extra information as to who is speaking and maybe a bit of extra information if we need it too. Okay, so in this case, we've got a dialogue tag on the first line that comes at the end, and on Jean's line, we've got the dialogue tag in the middle. Okay, so the dialogue tag can go at the start, it can go in the middle, or it can go at the end. Okay, and how we punctuate with commas or full stops is dependent on that. Okay, so there's a very simple example. Now let's concentrate on the conversion in this first short video. We're going to convert between that and convert it into indirect speech. Okay, so let's move up to the section of our working document concerned with indirect speech, and we'll put our example in here. Okay, so what would we say? Well, we might say the following. Okay, we might say, okay, we'll start with a paragraph. Jake asked Jean for some gravy, but she told him it was now cold. Okay, very simple. Okay, so that's how we do conversion between the two. All right, it's really quite a simple way. We summarize, we report on what was said, we give the basics. Okay, so hopefully that's given you an idea of how you can convert between the two types of speech.